It is well known that Kenyan Gen Z has inspired young people across Africa to fight for their rights. That brave stand against the allegedly corrupt Kenyan government has encouraged youth in other countries. Recently, Kenyan Gen Z has gained attention again by strongly warning the Kenyan president. This warning came after President Ruto's TV comments, which angered many young people in Kenya. Before proceeding with the video, please subscribe to the African Web and ring the bell icon. The views of Kenyan Gen Z on President Ruto are strong and clear. They expressed their commitment by participating in last Tuesday's protest, thanking those who joined and urging others to participate in the upcoming demonstrations. They promised that this week's protests would be even larger, stating that Ruto's dismissal of the finance bill is not enough. They accused Ruto of making threats against the people of Kenya, which only strengthened their resolve. Gen Z views Ruto not as a leader or statesman, but as a war criminal, declaring that he cannot wage war against 50 million Kenyans. They believe the military, like the police, cannot suppress unarmed civilians and will eventually side with the people. They call for widespread protests on Tuesday and Thursday, urging Ruto to leave office, claiming he is not their leader but their oppressor. Kenyan Gen Z has shared their anger over President Ruto's recent interview. They believe he lacked basic empathy and humanity, especially in how he talked about the recent violence. They think he could have easily shown compassion by starting the interview with condolences to the affected families and knowing some of the victims' names. Instead, they feel he showed disdain for the people who elected him. They were especially upset when Ruto asked if a 12-year-old boy shot with 12 bullets was still alive. They found it heartless that he talked about property damage instead of focusing on the loss of human lives. They emphasized that no amount of money can replace the lives lost. Ruto's statement about losing 2.4 billion shillings due to the protest shows, in their view, that he cares more about money than people. They accuse him and his allies of stealing billions while ignoring the tragic loss of life. In a recent TV interview, President Ruto spoke about the unfortunate violence that happened after the unpopular tax hikes. He changed his position, saying he is now willing to listen to the people and won't sign the finance bill into law. The violent incidents led to 19 casualties, which is the first official count released by the authorities. Ruto promised a thorough investigation into the deaths. Ruto acknowledged that while the demonstrations were meant to be peaceful, they turned violent, which he disapproved of. He distanced himself from the violence and stressed the importance of upholding democratic values and ensuring accountability. He vowed to investigate each death and look into any possible police misconduct. During the interview, Ruto praised the law enforcement's handling of the situation, assuring that any cases of excessive force would be addressed. He stressed the need to bring those responsible for attacks on Parliament and the judiciary to justice, using surveillance footage to identify the culprits. Ruto's commitment to capturing those involved in the violence highlighted his intention to enforce the rule of law and address the criminal acts that occurred. Upon reconsidering his decision to withdraw the finance bill at the last moment, Ruto acknowledged that it represents a setback of nearly 2 years for the government, which will now heavily rely on borrowing. However, he also recognized the need for better communication, stating, "We should have explained our intentions more clearly. If I had the chance to clarify the finance bill's impact and its potential benefits to Kenyans, I believe they would support my position." The recent clashes mark an unprecedented event in Kenya's history since gaining independence from Britain in 1963. Last Saturday, a small group gathered at Uhuru Park in downtown Nairobi in response to media calls. After singing, lighting candles, and waving Kenyan flags, the demonstrators voiced their chants as they passed by the hospital where injured protesters were receiving treatment. The protest ended peacefully by late afternoon. In addition to these videos from Kenya, there's a particular clip that has sparked significant discussion. It features a passionate call for Ruto must go, echoing widespread discontent not only with recent financial decisions, but also with Deputy President Ruto's broader leadership and ideological stance. This sentiment isn't just emotional, it carries legal implications too. This exploration raises crucial questions about the legitimacy of governance and public perception, especially amidst the current political and social tensions gripping our nation. The clip and its message highlight the growing demands for accountability and change among Kenyan youth and the broader population. It underscores the urgency of addressing governance issues to ensure a more just and transparent future for all. So, as we consider the paths ahead, one option is voluntary resignation, though it seems unlikely that Ruto would choose this road willingly. Personally, I stand with the majority who believe that change is necessary within this administration, because it's clear that current policies aren't benefiting anyone. If resignation does occur, that's one potential outcome. If not, the alternative is impeachment, a process that begins with the National Assembly. However, based on our history, it's unlikely that a majority of lawmakers will take steps to impeach President Ruto. We've seen a pattern of deference and other factors that discourage challenging the president's authority. These are my observations. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts in the comments below. We're all learning together, and I'm eager to explore how we can collectively move forward and address the important considerations ahead. Then there's another consideration to ponder. Additionally, there are what could be termed as readily available opportunities. From this perspective, the focus should begin with addressing those who exploit their positions in office. Instances include the introduction of fake fertilizers and other products that do not contribute to agricultural growth. These decisions involve the signatures and oversight of numerous individuals, highlighting a recurring pattern of negligence and actions that are inadequately scrutinized or verified. Consequently, instances of counterfeit products emerge unexpectedly. In their view, it is imperative for the president to take a decisive stance on this issue. Holding accountable those who misuse their authority may potentially rebuild public confidence. Such actions could set a precedent and lay the groundwork for restoring trust in leadership. These recent events in Kenya underscore a pivotal moment in our nation's journey towards justice, accountability, and effective governance. The impassioned voices of our youth, demanding change and holding leadership accountable, echo across the continent. What are your thoughts on the current state of affairs in Kenya? How can we collectively move forward to ensure a brighter future for all Kenyans? We encourage you to like and share this video to spread awareness and foster dialogue. Your engagement is crucial in shaping the discourse and driving positive change in our society. For more insightful content and updates on issues impacting Africa, subscribe to the African Web channel. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay informed about future uploads. Thank you for watching and joining us in this important conversation. Together, we can make a difference.